Hello everybody and welcome back to Transport Fever 2, and in this episode we have quite a lot of things to do. So first of all, what we want to do is finally deliver the construction materials also to the next city, which is Hornsea. We would also have other cities than here close by that would need it, but it's the third customer, so I think with that we will be able to upgrade this construction materials plant then, which would result in it needing a lot more stone, so hopefully my trains will be fully loaded then again. What we need actually is not that much, right? Because we have a cargo port here already, or cargo station, so we can use the train that is on this track here or on this track. Let's take this track here. The only thing we need here really is a connection between that line, or between that track and this track here. Here it can then still merge with the other one, and that's basically it. And down here in Hornsea, what we have is a cargo track, and by the way, that is the reason why over here in Yarmouth the cargo pod is not showing up. The cargo icon is of course because we don't have a cargo platform on it yet, right? So this is a mistake on my part. We're going to change that once we need cargo in that city anyway. So let's get back. And a lot of trains are in a very poor condition by now. The thing is, I can increase the maintenance of these vehicles, like this one here for example. Sure thing, but it would cost me quite a lot. I'd rather wait for a new locomotive, but for some reasons we're not getting any. I hope this is not a bug, because it's been 20 years since any meaningful new locomotive has arrived in the world. And this seems like quite a lot of time, to be honest, so no idea. We might try it. We have this one here, which is the only thing that comes to mind right now. Everything else here is basically completely outdated, like there hasn't been any development in the train sector at all. We do, however, have planes now, so this is something. The airports have unlocked and the first plane is coming up, so that is something we're going to do as well. Here, what I still want to do is the cargo platform that we have, which is now going onto the other track. Righto, and that's basically it. All we need here now is, once again, a signal. For the outbound, he's got a signal anyway, but for inbound it might be important, even though I don't think that it's really important. Let's just have more signals here then, and that's really it. Now let's create us a new line, which will be, as we can see, we got quite a few lines now, which will be here for the construction. We need to be careful that we select the right platform here, right? So it's platform 1, platform 2 is the one that I would like. Platform 2, and from there we use, of course, this waypoint here, which is then going into the cargo platform of this train, and on its way back it's of course using the other way again, otherwise we're going to have it crash at some point. By the way, I don't think they can really crash in this game, so I think they just stop ahead of it, right? And there we have it, and it's also coming into the right track. That's really it. And we're going to say, oh, we got a new locomotive, and I think this is a pretty good one, the Crocodile, very strong one. Also Donnerbüchse, that is an interesting name for a passenger wagon, and also a new bus, the Schneider PV2. So by the way, we got a lot of German vehicles here, German cars. That's because we are playing on the Europe map. I'm pretty sure that when we play on the American map, for example, we would have American vehicles, and the same goes with the Asian map. So you have 3 different maps in this game. That you can choose from, themes basically, and they decide what kind of vehicles you get. We are also getting French vehicles soon, for those of you wondering. Train Construction 3, it's going to be called. And that's basically it. All we need now is a depot. There it is. Let's craft us something new. Let's have a look. So this one here, the old locomotive, is 100 kilometers fast, and has a power of 1000 kilowatts. This one here has a power of 1650 now, and it can thus carry way more goods, right? It's the modern version. It's slower though, so that is something you have to keep in mind, but it can carry more goods at the same time, and that is way more goods, like almost twice as many. So this is pretty good. This is the Swiss electric locomotive, especially for heavy freight trains on winding lines such as the Gotthard Railway. The nickname Crocodile comes from the long flat muzzles and the green color. It's also the first electrified locomotive, right? So before we use that, we do need electrified tracks. We could upgrade our tracks already for this. For now, for this last train line, for now, I'm going to have the old locomotive once again, and then we are going to make everything electrified. Righto, it's going to be quite a long distance the train needs to travel, so let's make it full. Alright, and train construction 3. And off it comes. So there we have it. We now have 3 customers for this construction material plant. As we can see, shipment is now climbing, and it will be going to 400 hopefully then once the train is fully working. So that of course means now that we need more stone here as well. So I hope that here, oh yeah, I think it's increasing faster now than it was before. So hopefully this increases. My ships, how they're looking, they're both pretty well there. I think they're both making profit. And I think there's also quite a lot of stone here waiting already again. By the way, we do have yet another quarry up here. So we can have another ship line then as well if we want to. Now, that is that. That is finished for now. I think we also have, by the way, yeah, totally forgot to show. We also have now our 4 passenger trains on this line here working without a problem. Let's just have a look. They are making profit. I think all of them. Oh, this is another line here, right? They are making profit, the passenger lines, and there are quite a lot of people that want to travel with that. So I'm really happy about our first big line. It was a lot of work, but in the end it'll pay off because we can now use lots of trains on this track here, on this system here, and making lots of money with it, hopefully. Right, so this is Riverdale, and this also of course causes now to have Riverdale and Hornsey here also some good growth ratings. The only thing that we miss now here is of course some little public transportation. I've made the experience though that the buses in the smaller towns, they cause a lot of pollution as well, and this will drop it again. So I don't know, I'm not sure if we really should have a public transportation in Hornsey. I'm definitely going to have one in Riverdale because this is a bigger town, and we can have a tram here. Let's build our tram. That is something. We also have a nice station here, as we can see, so lots of space around it. We can have a huge station here, a good location there. I'm really proud of how we managed to pull it off like this, you know. So this will be very important for the future. This will be no headache in the future anymore. Right, so here we have the tram, which is then being connected. And the tram will probably go down this way through the central town, and then up here into the industrial district. And I think this is a nice... Oh, wait a second. Let's actually have it go around here. Right, I think this is going to be a nice route. We do need, however, still a tram depot. That is something we can have out here. That's right. And then, of course, we still need the stations for it, so that we get the first one. In that case, let's just have a look. Where would we want to start? Let's start with the train station, of course, where the tram station ends, kind of. So it goes around here, and then it continues through that. And here we can have now 2 stations opposite each other. In the center, and then also here. And then one here, and the other one at the end. Very good. It's going to be a good line. This is Riverdale, and here we're going to create the new line, tram Riverdale 1. There it is. Now we just need to create the stations here. So we are starting with the main station. Righto, and then after the number 10 it comes back to the North Road, and for that we just need now, I think 3 trams will be fine. We still have the old same ones, 1901. Let's take 3 here and put them onto the tram Riverdale right away. They will then even out anyway after some time, and off they come. And as we can see, we do have, of course, with the tram also electrification here, so we have to do the same thing for the trains then, especially when we get the more powerful locomotives then. Also the ones that can travel much faster, right? So this is that. This will now boost the public transportation here even more, so Riverdale is a flourishing country, or city, sorry. Now, what we still want to do here, we totally neglected so far our rich origin actually, which is our grain and food production. Oh, we got a new plane and a new bus. Now, what I want to do first, with these trucks that we have here, as we can see, delivering the food, right? What we can do here is, first of all, what we need to do here is we need to modernize them. So we still have the old trucks there that have been working for a very long time now. And of course, we have plenty of new ones here. That is this one here. Replacing it for 1 million, we replace like, I don't know, 12 vehicles. That's incredible. We do the same thing with all our food trucks here. And I love how easy that is. It would be a very tedious thing otherwise. 28 vehicles that was. Cost us a bit, but really, it doesn't really matter for us, right? For the buses, we do have some buses working. As we saw just now, we did get a few new buses. Let's have a look. We have the Daimler deck seat car. Okay, comes from Berlin. And in that case, can carry now 11 passengers. Still uses diesel though, so that's quite dirty. It will still keep the pollution rating up. But other than that, it's a modernized version. Let's just have a look at one of these. There it is. As we can see, there are actually people sitting up there. Ah, well, if the weather is beautiful, why not? I love these cars. Beautiful. We've come a long way since the horse-drawn carts. And look at that town here, beautiful as well with the big mountains there. That's Horsforth. Alrighty. A town that is now really growing as well. Glad to see that, and just look at that. Oh god, 147 people want to travel to Sleepy Hollow. I hope there is a passenger train coming soon. Because those people are waiting. Right, and we can do that with the other things here too. So there we have lots of those vehicles that actually have a good condition, but let's just change them nevertheless. In Nelson, we can do the same thing. Bus Nelson Bolton. Oh, that's a long distance bus. Yeah, we can do that because we still don't have a train line to Nelson. So that is something we should be doing then as well. So many things that we need to do. Oh, and in Sleepy Hollow. Let's change that too. Let's modernize all of those things. Not the train set that wouldn't run anyway. So in that case, we can keep the buses so far. Sleepy Hollow. Oh, as we can see in Sleepy Hollow, we got the first skyscraper as well. So that is beautiful. And there is another one coming up. So those cities are getting taller now. We got 440 people living in Sleepy Hollow already. And 300 people waiting almost. It's time that we get some electrification, I should say, right? Let's do this. Let's see. We do have the tracks here. It's very important. There's the electrification tool. And as we can see, we only really need now to click on these tracks. And they do have electrification then. And then we can use the new modern locomotives on them, right? So we just need to do that now everywhere. Alright, and it's done. The whole track now has electrification as well. So it's a good idea now to exchange both of them. So let's just go with the train passenger Ripon Sleepy Hollow. This one that we have there already, and let's change those two, which still have a very good condition. I'm glad to see that, but still we want to change that. It costs me, yeah, 6.5 million. That can't be right. That's too cheap. I want to exchange both of them, so it must be 12 million. Or actually, we do get money back from the locomotives, right? And then we got the new car here. It was a new cart, the Donnerbüchse, which can carry 3 more per cart. And I think a German passenger car completely made of steel. The strong roar of these vehicles due to the lack of insulation led to the name Donnerbüchse. Okay, they were quite loud, it seems, but still better than the old ones. And let's see how many we can add. Oh, yes. This is quite a long passenger train then. And let's switch. And thus we have the Crocodile working here, as we can see. And boy, is it a long train. Look at that. Quite a long train and still fast. That's the good thing about it. So we can carry way more we can carry 220 people on this. I think this is actually a bit overboard, right? I think this is a bit too long. I don't think we do have that many passengers waiting anywhere. Ripon? Oh, actually we do. There are 200 waiting Ripon. We'll see about that. I bet they're looking just beautiful. And they're so quiet as well. This one is a bit slow. Oh, it's just started again, I think. And they're long. And this just gives us a little taste of the more modern trains that are coming. Beautiful. It's beautiful to just watch it and follow it along as it goes into the next station. It's longer than the stations, as we can see. Yeah, there are quite a lot of people that want to travel here. And off it goes again. Of course, this will also boost the the growth rate of these cities then as well. And I love that we have our own little sophisticated train network. At least it looks sophisticated. The only thing that I really want to do right away is I want to make them shorter. This is not something I can do. It's too long. This would cost me too much maintenance. We do get a bit of money back again, right? So they can carry 170 people, which is perfectly fine still, right? But we're getting more modern and better locomotives soon anyway, so in that case, beautiful. No more steam, no more noise, just pure electrical power with which we now transport those people. And I will have to do that on the long track here that we have as well. How's the other line looking? Look at that. Doing lots of profit there, and 250 people are waiting here now. So this is going to be quite the hub. And there's the train coming. I could watch this all day long. Beautiful. And there the train is coming in. 1 million it was for this haul, so it's really making some good profit now. All the people are exiting first, and then all the people are entering, as we can see. Unfortunately, there's no animation here. That would have been grand. And we can see it is full and there's still people waiting. So that was still not enough. And of course, with so many people that we transport now with the train, the tram system will probably be quite busy as well, since there are so many people now coming out of each train then. Right, but that is good for Ripon then. And as we can see, plus 60%, it's coming close to 200% now increase. That is something. Another thing that I need to do right now is cleaning up my old train system. So as you remember, perhaps we had this kind of like exchange here where the one train waited on one track and then got to the main track again. So I want to get rid of all of that. And we're also making 2 tracks here, 2 parallel tracks in the north now as well. The cool thing is also that these trains or these tracks, as we can see, they're electrified right from the beginning. So that is pretty important. We could say yes or no to that. And in that case, from now on, they're always electrified. So all the new tracks that I built will have electrification right away. Here, I've also cleaned up quite a lot of mess now. So we have parallel tracks going in and then, splitting up into the different tracks. So we can use now all the knowledge that we've gained with the waypoints. Here, we still have 3 tracks side by side. That is something, that is a relic of the past. That is something we don't need anymore, in my opinion, right? So we're going to get rid of this track here. And off it goes. Let's also clean it up here, as we can see. This whole thing, this is now 2 parallel tracks only, and we can use several trains then on each one of these tracks. That is the big advantage of these waypoints. Let's finish this one, and as we can see, it goes then to the stations here, or the passengers as is. And this one here, which is only the grain, so there's only 1 grain. We might use several trains on this here as well, right? So also what I want to have is, once again, a parallel road or parallel track system, train system here, where then 2 trains or more can traverse on 1 line. We have the same thing here, and just like what we already have here, they're just going to merge then into that. It's a bit more complicated here because of the road that we have there. This is working though. Nope, still not combined. Okay, what I would need to do here is let's get rid of the road there. We're going to have the road then again, but it's not working with the road. Now it's working. Righto, and then we can just have the country road it is. Let's make it curved. That's important. Only curved looks good. And as we can see, it's following along then, and here going then across the tracks into the next city. That is fine. So this looks then way more organized, having the roads and the tracks together. Otherwise we would just have a huge network, a web of tracks and stations and streets everywhere. Here we still need the connection. So once again, it's going like this, and here. Right, this will be so much more, or so much simpler, so much more easy once we have that. The only thing we need now is we do need the waypoints. So the waypoint for this, for example, is on that. So we're going to have 2 here. So everywhere we need that, where we have 2 parallel tracks then. to here. For this, it's fine. For this, it'll be fine too, I think. There we have it going then down along those tracks, but one is fine for it as well. Right, here we have the lithium. Is lithium growing at all? It's 0%. We need to do something about that then as well. That's not enough. That's basically nothing. Alright, so we have that. What we now need to do though is still we need to clean up or clear up those trains that are on the tracks, right? So we do have the train grain 1, for example, which is going to... Oh no, actually, that is the one. Minster to Bolton. Now, where's Minster again? It's this one here, right? Minster. There it is. Right, so this one needs to be a bit more complicated one. Let's get rid of it. Let's add the station. And then we go to the waypoint on the right. And from there, it goes then into this one. And let's just say, yeah, platform 3 will be fine for this. It's only delivering the grain. And then on its way back, it's taking the other waypoint. Right, and from this, it goes then to Minster. And as we can see, it is then using the other track. Oh, actually, here we only have one track, which is fine. It should be able. What is going on here? So it was okay to say the waypoint is fine, but is it merging anywhere? I don't think so, nope. So we still need to merge that here, because having only one track to that station is fine, but it needs to happen that we have it. Otherwise the train cannot go to the other side. I wonder why this is working though now. Because I said... Oh, we only have one waypoint here. There must be another one. There it is. I took the wrong waypoint. There it is. Right, so as we can see now it's working. And this is then going into one. Perfect. So there we have it. This is train grain 1. And on train grain 1 there should be a train already. There are 2 trains in fact, which will be working. That is important for this one. Alright, that is only one. I'm going to do that now with the other lines as well, cleaning the whole thing up, and we see each other in the next episode once everything here is working, and then we can finally go with our first plane. Stay tuned.